that time of the week again. Hi everybody, Caffeine Fox here. And I made a huge mistake right before filming this video. I was driving home from work and the first thing I noticed when I walk inside of the door is my AC hasn't kicked on yet. I know it's still fall, but right now I'm baking. I am sweating like a Red Bull Fox right now. It's bad. I will try to get this video finished before I faint. We'll see how that goes. So I have noticed something pretty interesting when I go to fur meets and cons, and that is the use of cell phones. So I get it. The furry fandom is kind of based around the internet. The internet is the primary vehicle that a lot of stuff happens on. Whether you're communicating with people, planning your next event, even getting a hookup online, it is the thing. The internet is definitely the meat, the juicy meat in the furry sandwich. So cell phones have internet. Like maybe there's somebody out there who's like super surprised by me saying this, but the internet exists on cell phones. And by proxy, the furry fandom exists on your cell phone. So where does all of this kind of tie into my thoughts on cell phones in the furry fandom? Okay, I feel like just by making this video, I'm going to potentially age myself. I don't really want to come across like that. I want to offer some perspective on cell phones in general. So by having this ease of use for getting into the furry fandom, people bring their cell phones to fur meets and fur cons, bowling events, and whatever. There are some potential benefits along with some not so great things or, disadvantages. I'm like, why can't I even think of the word? Disadvantages using cell phones in general. Those of you already using cell phones at fur meets and fur cons, already know this, but it is very easy to communicate with people who might be at the con. Like if you're just trying to say,
yo, what up? Let's meet over here by this hallway.
I haven't seen you in a long time. Or you're just trying to find your roommate because they just straight up ghosted and walked away. Cell phones are really useful for just communicating with furries. They're also great for taking photos. I have a Canon Rebel T6, which is a really good DSLR camera, but as time's gone on, I've just been doing everything off of my phone because it's super portable. I can take it wherever I want to. And I don't have to worry about charging a big old lithium battery block every time I want to use it. It also doesn't really record for that long either. I've tried recording off of it for a panel at IFC and it only lasted an hour and the panel went on for an hour and some change. It broke it up into multiple files. That was just annoying. It's just super convenient to have a phone with you. And another advantage to having a phone is it allows you to get in touch with emergency services should you need them. So if somebody faints or there's some kind of creepy furry stalker roaming the halls, you have an easy way to get a hold of the authorities. But now we're going to get into the negatives of having a phone at furry events. So this whole idea for the video actually came to me at a fur meet, and I was just ordering some food. It was a taco restaurant. Everybody's just getting these really amazing margaritas and tacos. But as we're sitting down, I'm just looking around and I don't know, maybe I just kind of went on autopilot for a while and I didn't really notice this, but at the event I noticed that everybody was having their phones out and I thought to myself, I'm the only person right now who does not have their phone out because I'm trying to talk to people. It was a little weird. Everybody was present, we were all there, but at the same time we weren't talking to each other. We were texting each other. It was a little strange. It was like being plugged into the furry matrix. I escaped somehow. Now, I'm not trying to bash anybody who uses a cell phone at furry events. I'll be the first to admit I do it more often than I care to admit, but I feel like I miss out on some of those genuine human interactions that I could be having. The whole reason I even went there in the first place. I can be on my phone all the time at my house or, during my lunch break at work, but I actually set aside this time to hang out with people at fur meets. And I just end up doing the same thing I would have done at home, only I'm there in person now. I don't know, it just feels strange. I had some theories about why this is a thing at fur meets, why people pull their phones out all at once. I have a theory that it could be down to social anxiety. A phone is a good escape for whenever you just don't want to deal with what's going on in front of you. You can just pull your phone up and nobody really questions it. You're just kind of there. You have your phone, you are having a conversation, life is good, everything else can be pushed aside for the moment. I know there's a bit of social anxiety in the furry fandom, but I can totally understand where people are coming from by using a cell phone. Another reason people could be using a cell phone is they're just bored, and I get it. Fur meets aren't super fun 100% of the time. You're gonna have moments where people just aren't talking to each other, and instead of having having that awkward silence. You know how whenever you're in a public space and you hear a bunch of background noise, like everybody's talking, and then for whatever reason, everybody just stops talking, and you have that awkward silence until it kind of picks up again. I feel like phones are a good escape from that point. I feel like that point is what kind of causes it. But again, these are just theories. I'm not like a cell phone scientist for the furry fandom, but yeah, if any of you have any ideas of like why people use their cell phones at fur meets or conventions in general, like, let me know. This is like some good furry psychology right here as I record this on my phone. So thank you all for joining me on today's video where I am literally feeling the sweat go into my eyeballs right now. I'm actually recording this with my eyes closed because if I open them, I'm just gonna feel pain. Yeah, hopefully my AC kicks on, but until then, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see all of you on the next video, recorded on my phone, of course.
I'd like to give a huge shout out to the following Gold Egg patrons: STL Motovlogs, Chase Husky, Sparkle, Ashira Pony, Sylvie Cat, Moodle, DH, Apollo Bunny, Dynamo, Emerith Cantonine, and Cinderkitten. And a huge thank you to all my other patrons too. If any of you want to consider becoming a patron, check me out at the link above. Becoming a patron will grant you access to a patron-only chat where I post behind-the-scenes goodness, a private Discord role for chatting during live streams, personal letters mailed out, and more. Your support helps keep my channel running, and I greatly appreciate everything y'all do. Thank you again.